け Gimme gimme power 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 今呼び覚ませ何度打ちのめされやっと初ぶ立ち上がれ
Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Today we are back with another figure unboxing video. These are some figures that I've been looking forward to a little bit now. I kind of forgot I already had them in my room. So pulled them out of the box when we were doing some cleaning up, and the boys are here now. So very excited to crack into these. We're going to open up this guy right here today. Unfortunately, the one in the middle is actually not going to be opened on the channel, and I'll kind of explain why real quick. But if you guys remember the last couple figure unboxing videos, we had a case like this where we had 3 figures all wrapped up. That's just because that's how they usually ship from Tokyo Otaku Mode, where I usually buy most of my figures. Let's get this guy out. I'm also very excited to open this guy eventually, but he will be later. The Blood of Satan special Goku. Shout out to my boy Baggy Saiyan. He will be later though. This is the one I won't be opening, so I won't be doing a video on it. The Matchmaker's Gogeta. Unfortunately, they kind of ruined his face from the original production images. He doesn't look terrible. Maybe, I don't know. I'll sit on it for a little bit, but at the moment I'm probably just going to sell him and get something more worth my money because his face looks like the Joey Wheeler meme. So yeah, that's a good time. It was so sad too because he looked so promising in the original production images, and then they clowned on my man. Look how they massacred my boy. Anyway, today we are going to be opening up the Grandista Materia Goku, or Grandista, sorry, GX Materia, not Grandista at all, Son Goku. Now, as you can see, this Goku is very cool because it has an effect piece built into the figure, which is awesome. We are going to see how this all works in a second. I'm very excited to open this up. Obviously, very cool too that it actually says Dragon Ball Z and not Dragon Ball Super. You gotta love it when they do that. Oh, we have a little bit of poking out there. Alright, we'll have to see. So the only thing with this Goku that I am already kind of disappointed with going in is that, and I'm kind of surprised that they actually put it on the box, but what they did with his hands, they made it so that it's supposed to be like some sparkle effect on his hands, and originally that wasn't there. Like, it was just skin, and then they decided to put like this garbage on his hands to make it kind of look like, I guess, ki on his hands, but it just looks almost like the figure got dirty instead, which is sort of unfortunate. But overall though, it still looks very cool. I'm not positive. Excuse me, I will have to double check, but I think this may have been sculpted by Varquo. I will put some information on the screen if that is correct. He's the guy who won the World Figure Coliseum with his Trunks figure. He's made a couple of really good pieces afterward. So here is something interesting that I know. Like I said, it does come with the effect piece. Oh, this is really stuck. Okay, we're going to open it from the side. But sort of like a model kit, you do have to build the actual effect piece. If we take a look here at the box, you can see right there that it shows you that the Kamehameha pieces come on the little pegs, and then you have to put them on the ball, which looks like it's already connected to Goku, and Goku is one piece. This is so weird. This is so weird. Okay, so let's start by getting this out, the stand. Very nice. This guy is a very nice looking base form Goku figure, and excuse me, as interesting as it is, we don't typically get too many base form Goku figures. I suppose just because he's not as marketable rather in the eyes of Bandai. I don't know. This is a little bit of a different base form Goku figure too, because obviously it's not his traditional base form hair. We'll take a look at the Kamehameha effect pieces in a second. But it's, you know, like more flowy, wavy hair rather than his normal signature base form look. Alright, so before we get into all of the Kamehameha Marinos, let's take a look at our boy here. He looks very, very nice. I love the expression that they gave him It's very, very cool. Let me see if I can get it close up there. Very nice.
Nice, nice. Very nice, Shiza-chan.
I like that a lot. That is super cool. So obviously the one thing that's kind of a shame about this figure is, as you can see in the hands, it's a little bit hard to pick up on the camera, funny enough, which I guess means that they did a good job. But there you can see that like blue stuff on his hand is not light reflecting from the clear Kamehameha piece. That is actually like dirty blue paint painted onto the hands, which was not on the original production images. I don't know why Bandai decided to do that, but they did. Overall, the Kamehameha piece looks good though. Goku's gi looks fantastic. I love the orange like color change here. If I can get it to focus, where it goes from this like light yellow, it goes from this yellowish, this orangish. Very, very cool pose. Again, very good expression, and I love how they have his hair blowing back. Super good sculpt. I love it. It wouldn't surprise me if it was made by Varquo. Obviously, you already know that from editing and post. But either way, simple black stand. Very, very nice. Let's just put that on there. I don't know why there is dust already on here. That's a little bit weird. Someone in the factory was not having a good time. Alright, so let's take a look at these. So these are literally like model kit pieces, essentially. This is like one extra stuff comes in a model kit. They have it like this. I do like, though, that at least they kept the consistency, right? Like this, the Kamehameha ball is kind of sparkly. And these pieces are also sparkly. So I'm glad they didn't just make these like bland blue and then make that sparkly. That's good. I don't have modeling kit like clip scissors. So I guess I'm just going to break the pieces off. On the box, I don't know. It doesn't like give specific instruction for it. It would probably be a little bit of a cleaner cut. But we're just gonna break them off and see what happens. I don't think it should be that bad. Let's just break one off normally, and let's just see what happens here. Okay, so we have that clean break. We want to wiggle it a little bit, but we don't want to wiggle it enough where it breaks the piece. Okay, so let's take a look here. You can see the little place right there, that little white mark. That's where it was ripped off from, but that's not really that big of a deal. I don't know if that is supposed to stay or if that is a piece of, yeah, that looks like a piece of excess plastic on there. I don't think necessarily that it was a good idea for them to decide to do it this way. Are these all the same size, by the way? Oh no, some of them are smaller. How do you tell which one goes where? I don't know. Okay, well that fits in there. Okay, cool. Well, when it's on the figure, you can't really tell. Yeah, obviously because it's such a small detail that I don't think that they were thinking about that. I wish there was like instructions or like on model kits, what they'll do. Is there instructions in here and I'm just missing them? No, definitely not. On model kits, they'll label each of these pieces like A, B, C, and D or whatever. And so that way you know what piece goes where on the model kit. Kind of like Legos, right? They don't, I guess they don't label the Legos, but they make it a little bit easier for you to kind of tell what you need to be breaking off here. I will say, like, I suppose I don't know how else they would have done it. By the way, I know that this might be annoying for some of you. It's not really too bad for me, these little white marks. But I believe you could just sand those out, so it's not that big of a deal. But, I mean, I don't know. It's weird because maybe they're just assuming that people who collect these figures also collect model kits, which I think is something that's very silly to assume. Because wouldn't you want... Like, I don't know, you would think that maybe people who wouldn't collect model kits would collect these because they're like statues and maybe they don't like having to put them together, right? I don't know. Just kind of an odd business choice, honestly. But again, I don't know how they would have necessarily fit these in the box, right, of the Goku. Like, if they somehow had the Kamehameha ball all like put together, I don't know how it would have fit, or I don't know how they could have stored these in here otherwise, right? like they could have, I don't know, because they could have just had them in a little plastic baggie maybe or something like that, and then kind of just kept them contained well. But either way, this is what we got. So we do have these little, again, the white marks are going to be there for where you break it off if you don't have the scissors, right? So I guess, I don't know, let's just start sticking these in and see how it turns out. I'm not exactly sure, again, where they go in, because there's no, like, clear instructions, and they're clearly, like, not all the same size. So I would think that they would all, like, go in a specific part, but, like, this feels, well, I guess it's about the same. This feels a little bit more loose, though, than the other ones. So I guess let's just start sticking them in. Here, you know what we can do? Let's see if we can use the box for reference in the background. Okay, so that looks right. No, we need one where it's like his whole body. Do we have that here? Yes, we have that right here. Okay. Alright, so that looks correct. That one looks correct, I think. Maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Where does the one go in on the side? Doesn't look like there's a hole for that. Alright, well, I guess let's just keep going. That goes in there. I do really like this, though, because obviously, even Bampresto, right, didn't really do any figures that had effect pieces. So it's really cool to see that Bandai is expanding a little bit into that market, because the only real, like, Dragon Ball figures that we have that come with effect pieces are the Figuarts Zero figures, like the cooler that we unboxed a little while ago. Ooh, the ball kind of moved in his hand. Other than that, though, Dragon Ball doesn't really do effect pieces officially, besides maybe like SH Figuarts, and it's kind of a shame because obviously they have some really cool attacks and stuff like that that they could definitely be showing off. Alright, so this looks actually really, really cool. I will say I was a little bit worried about the, like, dirty hand situation, because it looked kind of, well, not good for the figure. But honestly, I think all of the, and this is, I guess, isn't really an excuse, it's just sort of a point to notice. The big ball effect of Goku really kind of doesn't make you notice the dirty, like, hands, right? Because obviously you're looking at all of this in front of you. I think maybe these are all the same size, and my eyes are just playing tricks on me. So I guess it doesn't really matter what order they go in here. You could make it try and match the box exactly, but I think this is fine, and it actually looks really, really cool. I really, really like this. They are making, too, as we put them on the stand, a GX Materia Gohan, which I am super, super excited for. It is going to be in the same sort of style here as this Goku, where it's going to be a Kamehameha, and I believe it's Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as well. This is a really, really tight stand. So that will be a very, very awesome figure when that eventually releases. I think that's coming out, well, I mean, I guess I'm filming this in 2019. You might be seeing it in 2020, I don't know. But either way, though, that figure will be coming out next in this line, and that is very, very exciting. So here's Goku on the stand. He looks really good, actually. The stand is pretty stable. The hole in, like, the peg that goes in the hole is really, really tight. Obviously, it's just wobbly because of the plastic nature of the stand. But I think this is a really fantastic figure. I'm going to pick the camera up here real quick. A very unique piece for a Goku figure. I really, really enjoy this. Again, the expression is great. The sculpt on the body is great. All of the pieces of the Kamehameha fit in well, and honestly, again, the little, like, pieces where you break off, right, and you have those little white marks in the Kamehameha, you kind of don't notice it. It almost sort of just fits in with the sparkly effect of Goku. So I think it's honestly okay that they did it that way, despite maybe they could have done it a different way, but I assume that with Gohan we're probably going to get the same thing. But overall, though, a very, very nice figure. Let me go ahead and put this back on the tripod, and we are going to compare size-wise Goku to some other figures. Obviously, he is pretty tall himself, just because he has the stand. I do not actually have too many more base Goku figures, funny enough, but for comparison, here is the Bam Presto World Figure Coliseum winner, the Army Goku figure. And then here is a SH Figuarts base form Saiyan raised on Earth Son Goku. I don't bring my man out too much, so I figured I would show you him for comparison. Obviously, he can scale well with some other figures. SH Figuarts definitely not, but if you wanted to do a little setup with maybe some Gokus around this GX Materia Goku, I think that'd be good as well. Also too, besides that, we do have the not matchmakers, tag team, there we go, Goku figure, which is actually a little bit shorter than the other Goku, but he's definitely a little bit beefier in terms of girth, I suppose. But either way, that is going to do it for today's unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is definitely a figure I recommend picking up. Honestly, I was really scared when I saw that they added a little bit of garbage to his hands, but it's not as bad as I thought. And looking at it from afar, it kind of just looks like it is light hitting the Kamehameha ball in the middle and then kind of reflecting on his hands. So I suppose it isn't that bad, or definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Also too, one last thing I want to say, the only thing that kind of frustrates me besides that is that the clear plastic on the Kamehameha beams are a little bit darker than the Kamehameha blue color here in the middle of the sphere. But that's not so bad. It's just a little bit of an offset, and that's just me nitpicking. But either way, I think this is a really great figure. I did get him for 20 bucks from Tokyo Otaku Mode. Of course, as per usual, I will leave some places in the description where you can pick this man up. I definitely recommend getting this guy if you like Goku, or if you just want a figure with a very cool effect piece. This is definitely something that would look good on a desk or something like that, as well as a standalone figure too. Alright guys, that is going to do it for me. Hope y'all enjoyed. I will catch you in the next one. Epping you two out. Peace.